Stop everything you're doing. If your heart is racing right now, it's not a coincidence. If you felt a chill when you heard this title, your spirit just recognized a prophetic word destined specifically for you. God is about to break the silence that has lasted years. Those tears you cried alone, those prayers whispered in the dark, those moments when you wondered if you were asking for too much, all of that ends today. You're 30, 40, 50 or older and have been carrying the lie that it's too late. Prepare for God to destroy that illusion right in front of you. If you've been crying, asking, when will it be my turn? Stop crying. Your turn isn't coming. Your turn has arrived. At this exact moment, while you hear these words, someone somewhere is being moved by the Holy Spirit in the direction of your life. Yes, moved literally, because God isn't just bringing love to you. He's orchestrating relocation, geographical change, divine movement that will place you both in the same territory at the perfect time. What you're about to discover isn't just a description of who this person is. It's a revelation of how God works. When he decides that two souls must meet, he moves heaven, earth, jobs, opportunities, and yes, entire addresses. If your soul just whispered, this word is for me, pay attention to every syllable, because what God has to reveal will change not only what you expect from love, but where you imagine your life will happen. You're getting married, you're moving, and the description of the person God chose for you is about to be revealed. But first, I need you to understand why God joined these two promises. Marriage and relocation aren't separate events in your life. They're parts of a single divine plan orchestrated to position you in the exact place where your purpose and your love meet. You know that strange feeling you've been having, like something grand is approaching. It's not anxiety. It's your spirit recognizing God's movement behind the scenes of your life. He's preparing both your heart and your geography to receive what was always yours. If you cried tears thinking God forgot about you, that your dreams of love died while everyone around you got married, I need you to understand something that will heal wounds you didn't even know were still bleeding. Every relationship that ended, every heart that broke yours, every tear you shed, thinking, why me? All of that was protecting you for this moment. Every no you received was saving you for the yes that will change everything. Every door that closed was preserving you for the one that will open wide. Every person who left your life was making space for the one who will never leave. God moves pieces on the board of time long before you realize the game has begun. While you cried, thinking you were alone, he was preparing someone elsewhere, refining their heart the same way he refined yours. Teaching them to love the way you need to be loved. Here's the description of who God chose for you. This person has eyes that tell stories. They're not empty or superficial eyes. They're eyes that have seen enough of life to value what's real. When they laugh, you'll hear echoes of battles won, of tears transformed into wisdom, of dark nights that became glorious dawns. They have a specific way of talking about God that will make your heart recognize home. It's not religious or performative, but intimate, real, like someone who talks to a close friend who has never disappointed them. When they pray, you'll feel that they have access to a spiritual dimension you always knew existed, but could never touch alone. Pay attention to the details. This person has hands that work, that pray, that create. They may have small scars from lived experiences, calluses from fought battles, but they're hands that know how to touch with reverence. When they hold yours, it will be with the firmness of someone who knows the value of what they're receiving and the gentleness of someone who knows the fragility of the human heart. They carry a story that includes brokenness transformed into wisdom. They may have gone through divorce that taught them what not to do, loss that taught them what to value, or years of solitude that refined them like golden fire. They won't try to hide these experiences from you. They're part of what prepared them to love you the right way. This person has a presence that calms storms without saying a word. When they enter a tense environment, you'll feel the atmosphere change, not because they're passive or weak, but because they carry a peace that comes from someone who knows who they are in God and doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. They have a maturity that manifests in how they handle conflicts. They don't explode, don't manipulate, don't play emotional games. They talk, they listen, they seek to understand before being understood. This emotional stability will be like water in the desert for your soul. Tired of dramatic relationships? You'll know them not by appearance first, but by presence. It will be as if a silent frequency between you begins to vibrate in the same tone. They carry peace, not pressure. There's no desperate urgency in them, no neurotic need for validation. They love God without performance. It's real deep and consistent like breathing. Their purpose will complement yours supernaturally, not compete with it. When you talk about dreams and visions, you'll discover that what God planted in their heart fits perfectly with what He planted in yours, like two puzzle pieces that were cut to fit precisely. They were prepared in silence, just like you. While you wondered if God had forgotten about you, they were on the same purification journey elsewhere. God was working on both of you simultaneously, preparing you to recognize each other when you met. This person may not be flashy on social media, may not have a loud online presence or thousands of followers. In the spiritual maturity they've achieved, they know that real life happens away from screens. Their energy is invested in true relationships, genuine growth, real impact. As I describe this person who was refined in brokenness, just like you, I feel that many hearts are recognizing their own wounds in this journey. Maybe you also carry scars from relationships that ended. Maybe you also spent years wondering if you could trust and love completely again. There's something I need to share with those who are feeling these old pains transforming into hope in this moment. I prepared a special gift called How to Attract and Recognize True Love. A guide that dives into the emotional wounds that still bleed and the healing process that prepares your heart to receive a love that won't leave. Because sometimes, even when we know love is coming, we still carry fears that the pain of the past will repeat. This guide was prepared with all my heart for those who need to heal inside before opening their heart completely. It's available in the first pinned comment. If it's for you, you'll know when you talk for the first time. It will be as if two spiritual languages recognized each other. Words will flow effortlessly. Pauses won't be uncomfortable. Understanding will be almost telepathic. Your spirits will recognize each other instantly, as if God were reintroducing two halves of a soul that were only temporarily separated. They have a prayer routine that isn't just religious ritual, but living relationship. You'll catch them murmuring gratitude in random moments, stopping to pray for situations others would just complain about, seeing God's hand in details that go unnoticed by most. This natural intimacy with the divine will be what creates the deepest connection between you. This person understands the value of silence. They don't need to fill every moment with words or activities. They know that the best moments often happen in the space between conversations, in shared peace and silent presence that speaks louder than thousands of words. Why? Relocation is part of the promise. This love isn't just for personal comfort. It's for divine calling. God may move you because the next chapter of your purpose requires a new place, new people, new perspective, new territory where you together will flourish in ways you never could apart. Your future spouse may be in another city, another state, even another country. But distance is just geography to the one who created the universe with a word. In the spiritual realm, you're already connected. Relocation is just the physical adjustment to align natural reality with what's already true in the spiritual. When God orders movement, He has already prepared the way. Doors will open supernaturally. Opportunities will appear at perfect timing. Resources will come from unexpected places. What seemed logistically impossible will become surprisingly simple. You won't have to force anything. Everything will unfold as if orchestrated by an invisible hand. Relocation is part of divine strategy because this relationship has a purpose that transcends personal romance. Together, you'll fulfill a specific mission that requires specific territory, specific influences, opportunities that only exist in certain places. God isn't just joining two hearts. He's positioning two kingdom agents for maximum impact. Maybe you need to move to find them. Maybe they'll come to you. Or maybe you'll both meet in neutral territory that God has already designated. But one thing is guaranteed. When God decides that two souls must unite, geography becomes a minor detail. He resolves behind the scenes the signs that this is happening now. Have you felt a holy restlessness where you are now? It's not dissatisfaction or depression. It's expectation. As if your spirit knew this place is temporary, that you're being prepared for something bigger elsewhere. Random and inexplicable interest in a new location. You catch yourself researching cities for no logical reason, seeing photos of places you've never visited, but that make your heart race, feeling magnetic attraction to specific territories you can't explain rationally. Conversations about relocation, new beginnings, career changes, or what if I lived and appear naturally in your life? People mention opportunities elsewhere. You hear inspiring stories of those who moved and prospered. Or you catch yourself talking about change without having planned the subject. Have you dreamed of places you've never visited, but that seem familiar? Waking up with city names echoing in your mind, vivid dreams about meeting someone special in unknown scenarios. These aren't random fantasies. They're prophetic glimpses of what God is preparing. Growing clarity in your personal life, as if God were removing distractions and focusing your attention on what really matters. Superficial relationships losing importance. Empty activities losing appeal. Priorities reorganizing without conscious effort. Have you noticed an evolution in your prayers for love? Instead of asking for any company to end loneliness, you're asking specifically for someone who complements your calling, who genuinely loves God, who's prepared for joint purpose. This is God refining your desires to align with His plans. For those who think it's too late, if you're 48 thinking marriage is impossible now, God is gently laughing at this human mathematics. In divine timing, you're not late. You're arriving at the exact time when you have all the emotional, spiritual, and practical tools to make this work forever. If you cried thinking you lost your window of opportunity while wasting years in wrong relationships, God saved the best wine for last. This love will be more solid than anything that could have happened in your youth because it will be built on acquired wisdom, not just impulsive passion. If you went through divorce and carry the guilt of having failed at love, God is about to prove that sometimes He allows relationships to end because the definitive one hadn't arrived yet. You didn't fail. You were protected from what wasn't your destiny to preserve you for what is. For those who feel too demanding now, who developed high standards and are criticized for being picky, God honors those who refuse to accept less than they deserve. Your demands aren't a problem. It's divine discernment protecting you until the right person arrives. What to do right now? Start praying specifically about your future spouse. Even if you don't know who they are yet, don't just pray bring someone. Pray for the preparation of their heart, for protection of their journey to you, for divine synchronization that will make you meet at the perfect moment. Ask God for peace about relocation, not just spectacular signs. Confirmation may come through inexplicable peace about leaving the familiar, not through dramatic visions. Prepare your heart to accept that geographical change may be part of the happiness plan, not an obstacle to it. Prepare your home, your habits, your life to expand and include another person. Not because you're not complete alone, but because God prepares what He's about to release. When this love arrives, it will arrive quickly, and you want to be ready to receive it completely. Start seeing yourself as someone who's about to move. Don't get overly attached to temporary arrangements. Keep your heart flexible and your faith expectant. Big changes are coming, and resistance will only make the transition more difficult. God is saying, every tear you cried for love was collected in my sacred jar. Every prayer whispered in the dark was heard, recorded and saved for this moment of abundant answer. Every time you wondered if it would be worth waiting for real love, it was worth every second. I didn't join you just for personal happiness or relief from loneliness. I chose you to be living testimony that I still write impossible stories, still move mountains to unite souls that belong to each other, still answer prayers even when the answer takes decades. Relocation isn't sacrifice I'm asking for. It's promotion I'm offering. The place you're going isn't exile from the familiar. It's inheritance of the extraordinary. The person you're going with isn't concession of age. It's reward of faithfulness. I'm bringing you into perfect alignment with whom I chose and the place I prepared. Prepare yourselves, because when I move, things happen at the speed of faith. I'm moving you to true love and a new strategic location. You won't just meet someone. You'll meet your mission partner, your destiny companion, your ministerial half. You won't just get married. You'll be planted in new territory with purpose, favor, and divine fire. The next chapter of your life begins with lasting love and a new strategic location. You may not have all the answers yet about how this will happen practically, but something deep inside you feels settled, not rushed, not anxious, just a silent and unshakable knowledge that this coming connection is different, divinely different, eternally different. This person will make you better without trying to change who you are fundamentally. You won't feel you need to shrink your personality, pretend to have tastes you don't have, or desperately strive to deserve their love. Your prayers will align naturally. It's not just physical chemistry. It's spiritual synchronization. You'll find yourselves dreaming the same dreams, building the same visions, believing in the same future that puts God first and kingdom impact as priority. This will be love that multiplies purpose, not distracts from it. God will continue confirming this relationship silently, but clearly through verses that jump off the page, casual conversations that sound like prophetic confirmation, small signs that seem too personal to be coincidence. Your life will become a series of this can't be casual. Obstacles won't destroy this love. They'll refine like fire purifies gold. Each test will strengthen you together, not weaken you apart. Each challenge will become an opportunity to demonstrate that when God joins, nothing can separate permanently. I feel a different intensity in this moment, as if many hearts were opening to receive these truths after years closed by pain. If you've made it this far, if you've absorbed every word about this love that's coming, your heart is already preparing for a transformation that goes beyond what we've shared today. But I need to be honest with you. Even knowing this love is coming, there's still the fear that the pain of the past will repeat isn't there. There are still wounds that hurt when you think about opening your heart completely. The fear of not being enough, of being rejected again, of discovering that not even this promised love will be able to stay. This is the moment to act. Not tomorrow, not when you feel stronger. Now, while your heart is open and receptive, I prepared how to attract and recognize true love exactly for this crossing. From deep wounds to genuine self-love that attracts true love, because you deserve not just to receive this love, but to be completely prepared to sustain it. It's in the first pin comment. If after everything you heard today, you feel it's time to heal inside, to love completely, your heart already knows. The moment to act is now. It's not vague hope or positive thinking. It's divine decree. They will choose you consciously. You will choose them deliberately. And God will be at the center orchestrating every movement, every conversation, every decision. No more confusion about whether it's the right person. No more fear of giving yourself completely. No more wondering if you're asking too much from God or life. Peace will confirm before the pieces fit together completely. And when everything unfolds, and it will unfold faster than you expect, you look back and realize that God was orchestrating every moment, every delay, every redirection, leading you down the longer but safer path directly into the arms of the one who was always meant to be there. This is the one. It's already written in heavenly records. When it happens, it will be natural like breathing, not forced like magic. It will be recognition of something that always existed, just waiting for the right moment to manifest on earth.